Inside the coach's office, welcome to another edition of the Pikiell Podcast. Rutgers with a win in overtime over Minnesota on Sunday as they wrap up the regular season in their home slate. Heck of a game in overtime. Coach, how are you?
Another easy night. We wanted to keep the fans late and make sure they stayed for the whole game. But it was exciting and thankful. You know, we obviously didn't play well at Purdue, and to bounce back, a Minnesota team that had won 4 straight road games, which is, I mean, I don't know when the last time a team won 4 road games in a row in our league. So, and a very experienced team. And to play the way we did and to come back at the end, we showed really good signs defensively, which after giving up 100 points, I wasn't very excited about. And to hold the 67 in overtime game, you know, was good signs for us moving forward, and great for senior day. I mean, I love my 3 seniors. They've been great. I only wish they were here longer. You know, the normal having seniors for 4 and 5 years is gone, but thankful to have those guys for 3 years and to go out that way with our fans. 78 straight sellout moved us up in the league, you know, to a whole nother place. And there's 18 teams in this league, and it's an amazing league. I mean, Nebraska was 3 days ago on the bubble, and now they don't qualify for the Big Ten tournament. And I think if that really just goes to show you how competitive this league is from 1 to 18. Like, everyone's separated by a little bit, and you got to be very fortunate to, you know, win games.
So it's interesting you talking about the freshman matchup against the veterans, and we've talked about this all season long and how they were going to progress and maybe mature. Really impressed yesterday because when they gave up the 11-point lead against a veteran group that's played great on the road, you point out the 4-game winning streak away from Minnesota, would have been easy to see a bunch of, I know Tyson's an older guy and Zach, but you know what, you're led by Ace and Dylan, and I tell you, shots down the stretch, defensive stops the other way. To me, it showed a heck of a progression from November to where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, really, really proud of them. And you see that, too, at times. We've been inconsistent, which is the sign sometimes of a newly assembled team. But the progress Dylan Grant yesterday and the poise that he's shown, he's come a million miles on the defensive end. We got great minutes, too, yesterday from Jordan. Came off the bench, gave us tremendous energy. And he's had to find a role, you know, too, with us, and did a great job yesterday in helping us. But you know, Lathan's gotten better. Those guys have gotten better. And Bryce Stewart didn't play yesterday, but he's given us great minutes too. And obviously, you know, Ace and Dylan have broken every freshman record here at the school. And they missed games too. So it wasn't like they were 30 for 30 or 31 straight games. Like, they missed games. So if they ever played every game, think about what those kind of records that it would look like. And the improvement, Ace grabs 9 rebounds yesterday. So he didn't have a regular scoring night, but he figured out a way to help us, and he blocked shots. So the job that they've done, and Dylan down the stretch just made some incredible plays at the rim, and what he continues to do when he gets it going is kind of, you know, fun to watch.
And defensively has been something you've been harping on all season long, and that's kind of where I was going with the way you guys played defensively in that, you know, the last 5 minutes of the second half and in overtime. I thought dominant. I thought really good defensively because some of the biggest plays in that game, sure, were the made shots, but, you know, Jeremiah, after turning the ball over, coming right back with a steal. The steal Dylan had for an easy hoop. To me, defense led the offense yesterday.
100%. And, you know, again, we played one of our worst defensive games at Purdue, and to bounce back and play one of our better, you know, defensive games against a team that could really score. I mean, Garcia's been putting 30 points on everybody. And to do a good job and to be focused on what we needed to focus on, and then grab really timely rebounds and make timely stops, like you said. And it was everyone, Jordan and, you know, Jeremiah in the gaps, Dylan Harper, you know, coming away with some steals, you know. So everyone contributed. Zebo, fantastic, moving his feet, activity, guarding Garcia. You know, we had different guys guarding him too at different times, so they had to be locked into the scouting report. And scouting reports are huge, and I thought they soaked that in the best, and they all knew what the game plan was, and they went out and did it, and got ourselves a really good win against a really good team.
All right, so yesterday was senior day, and we talked a lot about the seniors yesterday, and you pointed them out here again. One of the things I failed to really mention yesterday with you on the post-game show was the fact that it was also likely the last time we'll see Dylan and Ace here at Jersey Mike's Arena in a home game. They come in all freshman team, third team all Big Ten, heading into the Big Ten tournament. And you talked about the scoring record, but just how fast the year has gone and what it's been like.
It is. It's been the fastest season I've ever coached, and the league is as good as it's ever been, and it was great last year. We've added 4 elite teams: Oregon and UCLA and USC and Washington. So you added more trips too, further trips. You play teams once, so you don't have a lot of adjustments. You don't play teams twice. You sometimes learn from the first time and make adjustments. So it's been quick. It's been fun. We've had signs where we've been great and had some great moments. Now we're heading into that next season where you got to have great moments. Like, this is what you get. You learned all your lessons. You finished 11th in an 18-person league. Obviously you want to be first. But when you're not, you know that you can compete against 1 through anywhere in this league, from 1 through 10. And you're going to have to do that to win in this tournament. So I love the new season part of this, and take the lessons you learned. And we're no longer young anymore. These freshmen got a year under their belt. They're sophomores now. And let's go. Let's go to Indy and play neutral sites and go for it.
And how do you try to prepare them? It is different. I mean, it's basketball at the end of the day, but the tournament's a little bit different, knowing that, you win, you advance, you lose, and you're done. How do you kind of relay that message to the guys that haven't done it before?
Yeah, I mean, you really have to get that through today. Like, today's a big day. It's the day after that, and tomorrow we leave. So the day after our final game, you really got to stress, the importance of doing the things that you've been taught all year long. But you now got to do it at the highest level, because you put the uniforms away. It's a whole different vibe. There's no tomorrow. And you got a chance too. In every league I coached in before I got into this league, 1 team was going to the tournament. So I very much fall back on those experiences. Like, it didn't matter if we were undefeated, we had to win our tournament because only 1 team was going. We're blessed. We're in a league where multiple teams go. But we're in a position that 1 team is going, and we needed to be us. And that's how we're going to get into the NCAA tournament. So you got to win. You got to prepare the right way. You got to take care of your bodies. You got to have, a great prep, and you got to play well. And 40 gets you 40, and you're not guaranteed anything else after that.
All right, and you see a team that you saw just a few weeks ago at Jersey Mike's Arena, USC. Late start on Wednesday night, 9 p.m., right around there for the tip-off. You talk about seeing a team twice. Will you kind of maneuver and shift things with the way you do, and what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, well, the great part of these kind of games is you found out 10 minutes ago who you play. Right. So after the game was over, I was hearing 9 other opponents, and all of a sudden we have USC, who I respect a ton and who have as good a talent and well coached as anybody. They've had some really good wins, this season. And, you go right to work. You go right to work on your game plan from the last time, things that worked, things that didn't work, what new wrinkles we need to put in it, what new wrinkles they're going to put in it, But at the end of the day, you got to get a team collectively ready to take on the challenge, which is 40 minutes to get you 40. And the focus that goes into that has got to be as good as any. And, you sit back and you prepare and you watch, and you want them to invest in watching. Like, so they were sent tapes right away. They were, and today I'm going to find out who invested in what they were watching. And I want it to be a team decision. Who's guarding who? Who's guarding? The more they invest, the better we're going to be against USC. And they invest in the game plan. They invest in the film. They invest in today's practice, the preparation. Good things happen. And that's how we beat Minnesota the other day. The team did that, Scout. It was them. So they invested a lot in that game, and they deserve to win it, and they got to invest a lot in this game to deserve to win it.
And you got the proper outcome. So it'll be Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate the time as always, and I will see you in Indianapolis.
Thank you, Jay.
Rutgers against USC right around 9 p.m. from Indy on Wednesday. This will do it for another edition of the Pikiell Podcast presented by Horizon.